Okay, welcome back. Now then, I've already put the new blade on. The reason why I didn't show it is because they can be an absolute pain in the butt, and it's only the second time I've done it, and I wasn't sure if I was doing it right, but any road up, we'll run through it. So what we did is take the tension off first of all. First of all, clean it all out. That's the first thing you need to do. Get it all clean, get everything out as you can do. Slacken it off. Then got the blade. Now, when you're undoing the blade, people, please be careful. I know there's some of you out there saying, oh, I know how to undo a blade. Well, there's a lot of them out there that don't. I would suggest you have some sturdy gloves on before you even attempt to undo a blade, simply because of otherwise you'll cut your hands to ribbons very easily. These things can be very, very sharp. So okay, slacken that off. Slacken off the twist and turn of the top end. Put your new blade on. Slacken all your side thrusts off. Now, some of them can be bearings, mine aren't. Mine are like little flat pads, and that's where the problem lied before. Trying to get these when this table on is absolutely ridiculous, hence the reason I removed the table, because it's so much easier to get at these and that one there at the back. Top ones are okay, but it's these bottom ones, trying to get at them is quite ridiculous. Next thing you do is put tension on. Then turn it until you've got the teeth running. Oh, let me just block that off again. I've put that on so it tries and keeps it. Pardon me. Trying and keeps it open a little bit. Sorry about that. Where was it? Yeah. Right. Rotate that then after you've put some tension on it. Don't put too much on at this point, but put enough on so that this is going to stop in contact with the wheels. And then adjust your middle one, if there is one in the middle, so as you get those teeth more or less either running in centre or just slightly off centre. With this one, this is a 3/8 blade, so it runs just off centre. If I have it running too far back, then there's a liability as it come off. That happened with another 3/8 that I'd put on, so I don't know where to put it on this, but it's supposed to, the teeth are supposed to run on the crown of the wheel. If you can think of the wheel have been somewhat chamfered on both sides, is a harsh way of putting it, but you can imagine a chamfer or a roll right in the centre, then that's where the teeth need to be running. Quarter blades, they will run that way, but anything over and above that you have to adjust them accordingly, but try and get them as close to the centre as you can. So once you've got that done, then tension your blade, and you want a nice something like that. I think it is enough. You don't want it too much and you don't want it too little. And then adjust your bearings then, top and bottom, so as they're just off by about a thou, or probably a little bit more. What I tend to do with these, because these are flat rather than an actual bearing, is I've pushed them in until it's touched the face and then just tapped it. Then that's pushed it back enough, and done the same the other side. And then the back, again, you don't want the back running on it. You want it just off, because the idea being that when you're actually pushing the wood through, is you're pushing the blade towards that back, and that back will give it support. If it's constantly touching it all the time, you can be overstressing the back edge of the blade. Plus what it can do is it'll eventually wear the put a wear in the bearing, especially if the bearing seizes up. So that's roughly about it. What I'm about to do now next is I've had it up and running, because what I have to do is close it all off. With these, they won't run unless all this lot's shut off, because of the safety one down there. I think you can just about see it there with me moving it like that. Looking at it, yeah, you can just about see it. It's there, that's the safety one. It's not advisable to stick anything in there and run it with the door open. I think even any competent sparky will tell you that any road up. Safety at all times, gentlemen, in the workshop. It's so easy to try and bypass it. The more you bypass it, the more you hurt yourself. And I have seen some hurt with some of these tools. They don't know the difference. Unless you got one of them saw stops, and at the moment that's the only tool that's got it, but that's going to cost you an arm and a leg. So yeah, again, please, safety at all times. Right, now then, now we've got that done. With this one now, we can close this up, because you can see that goes in there now. And then I can close this up, and then what I have to do then is to close up the top end by the use of an Allen key. Now I always keep my blades and everything else with it, because if you try and put them somewhere else, what are you doing? You're forever trying to hunt round and find out where the damn things are. What these are is these are a drawer out of an old fridge, and I just use it for putting my blades in and everything else. These new blades I'll have in a minute, I'll put them in there. Just keeps them all together. Then you know exactly where they are. You're not hunting around the workshop for them. Okay, right. Now I'll have you facing the ugly bug. Hello. The next thing is now is to put on the plate, or the bed, whatever you want to call it. Now, this bed is cast iron, and it's damn dirty. So all I need to do now is to locate my holes. Once I've got one in, then the others should fall in, so to speak. Just get one in for the time being, that's it. And another one in there. Again, folks, when you're rebuilding and you're putting things in like this, don't put them in and tighten them up. Leave it so you can move it about in order to make a little bit of room. Now, something tells me, no, that's it. I thought it was. I was in totally the wrong area for this other one. You see, now if you'd tighten that up, you'd have been messing about with that for ages. So it's a bit fiddly. In a minute.